Okay, because they're medical doctors, they're taking care of
they are professional
medical doctors. Okay, now
it's unfortunate.
JOHESU is on strike, and then breaking news: DRC is recording cases of patients. Well, Ebola
Democratic Republic of Congo
patients, which means that it's at our doorstep. In fact, didn't I hear that one case was reported somewhere in Nigeria? So Ebola is, I mean, strictly speaking, is back with us. Even with the hospitals working full time, we could not, well, I mean, we did a lot against Ebola the last time. Are we going to be able to do anything about it with you all on strike? And are you going to just sit back and watch Nigerians lose their lives?
The more reason why the government has to do the needful now without wasting time, so that health workers can suspend their strike or call off their strike and return back to duty.
So it all depends on the federal government?
Yes.
It has been on their table.
The ball is in their court.
Hold on. It's has been on their table. Federal government, right?
Yeah, federal government.
Now you've asked the state and local government health workers to join this action. Are you also thinking about the states that may not be able to pay all this money?
Do you know that what we are talking about, the adjustment that has been done for NMA, is already implemented in Lagos State since February 2018?
You're calling Lagos State. What about the other states?
35 others, plus federal government, federal capital territory.
Yeah? Are you thinking about that?
I'm not thinking about that.
The truth is that if government leadership are willing, if they are sincere, there is nothing stopping them from taking care of all of these demands. There is nothing stopping them. And the only thing that is making government to be reluctant is the threat of NMA. That the moment they are still, they are going to proceed on strike. I think I want to advise Nigerian government to go back to the days before Babangida's era. In those days, before Babangida came, before they promulgated Decree 10 of 1985, and they also created medical salary structure for the first time, 1991. Everybody used to be on unified salary structure. I think we should go back to those days if we want to have peace in the health sector and Nigeria generally, because it was when they created medical salary structure, that was when ASU and other sectors started demanding for their own salary structure, and we have several salary structures today. Obasanjo tried to address it by creating consolidated salary structure. But when Obasanjo left, when Jonathan was in charge, they went back again and started creating all manner of salary structures again. I think we should go back to pre-1985 in the health sector, and that will help us it will go a long way to help us. Okay. That's my advice to the government.
Okay. Mr. Adenika, in parentheses, health workers who are normally at the airport, are they also on strike?
That's going to be difficult for me to answer, because
as long as they are JOHESU members,
but they should be.
They should be on strike.
Yes.
Do you not think that you are endangering a whole nation by this action?
Is it JOHESU that is endangering the whole nation or the government? Let's face it squarely.
No, you tell us.
Of course, it's government. It's obvious.
If I am your son, and I've been coming to you to ask for a demand, to demand a thing that is apparently in my right. You actually have, like, let's assume you have like 4 children, and you've given one a preferential treatment, and you are turning your back at others. At times when you send them on errand, they might be reluctant to go.
But these are not usual, these are not normal times.
Yeah, they are not normal times.
The nation is faced with...
I agree with you. Like I said earlier,
we are in dire circumstances right now.
Like I said earlier, if government wants this action to be, to be ended today,
they can do the needful.
What we have been asking is not difficult for them to do.
Are you therefore saying that even if there was an outbreak of Ebola in this nation today, that you would not do the nationalistic thing of joining Nigerians in tackling the epidemic.
That is not what
and
we
you
are
would
saying.
still remain on strike.
That's not what we are saying.
That was the meaning of my question.
No.
Can I respond
What we are
to
saying
that?
is that everything is in the hands of government.
Okay.
In other words, you wouldn't.
Because several times
Can we
US
respond
has shown
to that?
He's responding.
yeah,
He's
I mean,
responding.
okay.
several
Let him
times.
finish.
Several times, JOHESU has shown maturity, understanding, and
Which the government has not shown.
which the government has not reciprocated.
I see.
Because we shouldn't be here if they have given us a listening ear. You promised 5 weeks. If we have been answered within 5 weeks, health sectors will be functioning by now. Even as Ebola outbreak is happening, we are already on ground. I want to say something on the relativity you mentioned the other time. The doctors kept on hammering on relativity. I want to say that by the salary structure that is already on ground, even what we are asking of is, okay, the basic you give them, give us the basic. The allowances each one takes are taking care of relativity.
Okay. Now, in one sentence, the way forward.
Well, to me, the way forward is that we should go back to pre-1985, that is pre-Babangida's era. And government should do the needful.
Okay. Mr. Denga.
The way forward.
Yes. One sentence.
Government should respect agreement and do the needful.
Thank you very much.
Alea, before we go, let me just read out this tweet. He broke it down into three. He says, the healthcare delivery system in Nigeria is plagued by internal rivalries, politics, poor planning, and funding. These problems are standing in the way of professionalism and teamwork needed to deliver quality to Nigerians. And he ends by saying, the government at all levels should take the health sector seriously. Healthcare professionals are leaving the country in thousands. This is a national security issue.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kende Adegoke, Senior Staff Association of University Teaching Hospitals, Research Institutes and Associated Institutions, as well as Mr. Adewale Adeyinka, Chairman, Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, Luth Branch. Thank you for coming to share your insights with us. And we do wish you good luck in your negotiations with government.
Amen.
Thank you.
Sunrise will be right back with another interesting conversation. Make sure you join us.